The topic is branding and brand positioning. Now, what is this? This is the very purpose of a marketing strategy, and the following marketing strategies continuously. At the end of all those efforts in marketing lie what you call as branding of a product. It's no easy task. It has to be done continuously. Involves a lot of research and development over the years, and what it ends up is the logos, the taglines, visual design, the color theory, the tone, the captions, packaging, etc., 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 that keep a very, very strong sign, a memory or a feel in the sense of the customer, the segment, and in the market. So branding is not exactly marketing. It's actually the end result of marketing, and marketing is helped by the branding, and the other way, the branding also gets help from marketing. So branding is the end of the line thing, the vision of the organization, literally, so that the customer would have this long held understanding, connection with the product. Marketing technically is a tactical and an operational approach, because no marketing can be planned for a long term, whereas branding is in fact goes for a long term strategy. True, it does influence the purchasing decisions. It creates that identity for the business. And yes, the repurchasing aspect, developing the loyalty to the product, and making the customer himself become a marketer for the product. And mind you, branding also supports connectivity, the loyalty from the employees as well, because the value of the company is exactly what gives a highest value to the company, and that value has it has a rubbing off effect on the employees also. The branding of the company is very valuable, or the product very valuable in that sense. So what are the steps that we need to do for kind of branding? Number one, the perception. Second, value. Third, the vision. And yes, staying consistent. We have to identify what exactly the customer wants, customer sees in us, and giving that particular product is our marketing, and find out how can we add that value that the customer has it in mind, how can we give it. That's also part of marketing. And being consistent also creating a vision, well, that's connected to branding. Moving on, yes, but once we identify what value and what sort of a vision that the customer sees in us, what sort of a perception he has towards us, when we create an idea of being consistent onto the message, now how are we going to go about the positioning aspect? Well, there it's a case of, we have four options. Are we to go as a product where the price is affordable? Now that's a huge market. Or are we to focus on a product with extreme quality? Normally, there are these high volume products where the cost factor plays a role in making a larger market segment buying the product. Then there are products like the Swiss watches where the volume is not an issue, but the quality is a thing, the higher priced, premium pricing, but the volume is less, so there the purpose is quality, and of course the customer service. There are products that does not end with the delivery of the product, but it's supported by the customer service, like food chains, restaurants, and of course the convenience. Can you make the particular product available closest to the customer? That's what Amazon is doing. So either of these four, maybe one or two of these four. I don't think a product can be made, or branding focuses on all four of these. May not be possible to go for a price based branding strategy as well as quality, because quality may result in higher prices, and if you're going to go for a price based strategy, the quality may have to be compromised a little bit. Customer service and convenience may go together. And then we have to make up a positioning statement. Now this is literally not for the customers, not for the market, not for the selected segments, but for the employees. So the brand statement is literally a message that you give your staff, your workforce. Look, this is what we are believing in. This is what we are standing for. This is what the customer expects from us. This is how we reach out to the market segment or segments. So this is what we should be standing for. That's exactly what branding positioning or other brand statement is about. This is McDonald's one. I got another one here. This is from Dow, a Unilever product. So it's lots of colorful language, but designed set to inspire the staff, to get them into a singular mission. Branding is that, right? Getting the company into a singular strategy, singular mission to reach their ultimate vision of, right, being in that particular level with the customer. And then, how do you make this statement? Yes, that's what you saw earlier. We need to know who our customer is, because of the market, we need to identify the right segment or segments. We need to know them very, very clearly. We need to create that persona. Then only it's easy to brand our product to the particular personality. And what's the product category we are going to go for? And yes, the maximum benefit the customer gets, the benefit that the competition cannot give, that only we can give, is key part of the brand positioning statement. And finally, yes, the benefit to the customer from it. So brand positioning statement is technically aimed at my own staff primarily, but the mission is to satisfy, get the customer with us, get the customer agree with us. And then, yes, how do you set this particular? On the statement is state. Now what about our strategy? Now when you say strategy, it's not a tactical one, it's not a short, mid-term, operational one, it's a long-term one. Where do we stand now? What about our competition? What's our current value proposition? Meaning what are we giving to the customer that others don't give, only we can give? What about our competition? Are they closing in, or can they also give the same? So are we to make some adjustments to our value proposition? And with it, are we to make some changes to the brand positioning statement of the product? Every now and then, every product makes certain adjustments to their branding. Now take a look at McDonald's. They've done lots of these subtle changes over the years after careful studying of the marketplace. Marketplace is not the same from country to country or to the segment to segment. You may need to make certain tweaking of the branding once in a while. So that's positioning, and we have to keep at it. It's a continuous, consistent one. It matters a lot because that is a vision of a product. So any marketing strategy that we set up in our tactical and operational plan should be something that help us go for that particular brand positioning in the end. So remember that, right? So the brand positioning is something that we finally aspire to reach after our marketing again and again and again, and finally to create that all essential commitment from the customers. What do you call it? The brand loyalty. Catch you in another lesson.